Some people walk away from a storm and never look back. Others spend years rebuilding everything that storm destroyed. This is the story of a woman who lost her marriage, kept her son, and built herself back into someone unbreakable. It is also the story of the one phone call that would test everything she became. 8 years earlier, Sarah Whitfield was not yet a name printed on hospital awards. She was simply a tired mother and a resident doctor, married to a man named Raymond Cole. Their son, Daniel, was 3 years old, and Daniel was sick more often than he was well. Fevers that would not break, nights in emergency rooms, bills that piled higher than either of them could climb. Raymond, rubbing his face, exhausted.
Sarah, I can't keep doing this. Every week it's another hospital visit, another bill. I'm losing myself.
Sarah, holding Daniel, voice tight but calm.
He's our son, Raymond. This isn't something we get to be tired of.
Raymond, quietly, looking away.
I know. I don't know how much more I have left to give.
Within a year, Raymond was gone. Not slowly, suddenly, the way storms often leave once they've taken what they came for. He had met Evelyn Hastings at a charity dinner 2 months prior. Evelyn's family owned land, oil contracts, half a downtown skyline. She was kind to him in ways that didn't involve hospital waiting rooms. Raymond, at the doorway, suitcase in hand.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I can't be the man you need me to be right
Sarah,
now.
holding back tears, Daniel asleep against her shoulder.
Then go. But don't ever tell our son you left because you were tired. Tell him the truth. Or tell him nothing at all.
Door closes. Silence. Daniel stirs in his sleep. That night, Sarah made herself a promise. She would not let her son's illness be the reason her life fell apart. She would learn to fix what broke people, starting with the body that kept failing her son, and ending, eventually, with herself. The years that followed were not kind, but they were honest. Sarah finished her residency while raising Daniel alone. She specialized in surgery, trauma, precision, the kind of work that leaves no room for hesitation. Some nights, she operated on strangers' hearts, while her own was still healing. Dr. Patel, in scrubs, handing her a chart.
You haven't taken a single day off this month, Sarah.
Rest is for people without a son to raise.
Daniel grew stronger. The illnesses that once filled his childhood became distant memories, replaced by report cards and little league games his mother almost never missed. By the time Daniel turned 11, Sarah Whitfield had become one of the most respected trauma surgeons in Texas, known not for her name in headlines, but for her hands in operating rooms, and the lives that left those rooms breathing. She rarely thought about Raymond, almost never. Raymond's new life looked, from the outside, like everything he once said he wanted. Money, comfort, no hospital bills waiting on the counter. But comfort is not the same as peace. Evelyn, gently, noticing his silence.
You've been somewhere else all evening, Raymond.
Just tired. Long week.
You get this look sometimes, like you're remembering something you don't talk about.
Evelyn was not the villain in this story, though it would have been easy to make her one. She was a woman who had fallen for a man without fully knowing the weight he carried, a son he rarely mentioned, and a guilt he never unpacked. They had a daughter together, a bright 6-year-old named Claire, who filled the house with the kind of noise old wealth often lacks. For years, this was enough to keep the past buried, until the day Claire collapsed at school. School nurse, urgent.
Mr. Cole, you need to come now. Claire collapsed.
The ambulance is taking her to Memorial. Memorial General, the largest trauma hospital in the city. The hospital where Sarah Whitfield had spent the last 6 years saving lives no one else could. Raymond did not know that yet. Evelyn, to the front desk, breathless.
Our daughter, Claire Cole, she was brought in by ambulance. She's already being evaluated. It looks serious. We may need to call in surgical.
Claire's condition was deteriorating fast. An undiagnosed cardiac defect, the kind that hides quietly for years until it doesn't anymore. The kind of case that needed the best surgeon in the building. Dr. Patel, stepping into the hallway, urgent.
Get Dr. Whitfield, now. This is her specialty exactly.
Somewhere down that same hallway, a pair of double doors opened, and Raymond Cole looked up to see the one face he never expected to see again, now wearing a white coat with the name Dr. S. Whitfield stitched above the pocket. Silence. The hallway seems to stretch. Raymond, barely audible. Sarah, frozen for a beat, then composed, the surgeon taking over the woman. Raymond. Quiet hallway outside the operating room. Evelyn standing nearby, sensing the tension, but not yet understanding it. For one suspended moment, every version of Sarah collided at once. The abandoned wife, the exhausted single mother, the woman who built herself into something unshakable. And in front of her stood the man who left, asking her, without words, to save the daughter he built his new life around. Evelyn, quietly, to Raymond.
You know her?
Raymond, unable to look away from Sarah.
She's Daniel's mother.
Evelyn's expression shifted, not to anger, but to a quiet, painful understanding. She had always known there was a life before her. She had simply never expected to meet it in a hallway, while her daughter's heart struggled to keep beating 2 rooms away. Evelyn, turning to Sarah, voice trembling but sincere.
Dr. Whitfield, please. Whatever is between you and Raymond, Claire is just a little girl. She didn't choose any of this.
Sarah looked at Evelyn, not with resentment, with recognition, of a mother as frightened as she had once been, in another hallway, another lifetime ago. Sarah alone for a moment in the scrub room. Mirror reflection, hands under the water. Internal conflict, communicated through stillness, not melodrama. She could have said no, no one would have blamed her. There were other surgeons, other hands capable of the same procedure. But Sarah had spent 8 years learning that walking away does not undo pain. It only multiplies it, passes it forward, hands it to someone else to carry. Sarah, to herself, quiet resolve.
She's a child. This isn't about him.
She dried her hands, tied her mask, and walked into an operating room to save the daughter of the man who once left her son's hospital bills unpaid and his crib half-built in a house he no longer lived in. Dr. Patel assisting. Stead, quiet, focused. Pressure's dropping. We need to move. Sarah, steady, commanding.
Suction.
Then we
Yes,
move.
doctor.
Suction. For the next 90 minutes, Sarah Whitfield was not an ex-wife. She was not a wounded woman, granted a moment of power over the man who hurt her. She was simply a surgeon, doing the only thing she had ever promised herself she would master, keeping a frightened family from losing someone they loved.
Heart rate stabilizing?
Good, let's close.
Raymond and Evelyn seated, hands clasped. Door opens. Sarah enters, mask pulled down, exhaustion and relief on her face. Sarah, gently.
She's stable. The surgery went well. She's going to recover.
Evelyn breaks into tears, gripping Raymond's hand. Raymond stands, stunned, grateful, ashamed. Evelyn, through tears, to Sarah.
Thank you. I don't know how to thank you enough.
Sarah, soft, steady.
You don't have to. She's a child. That's all that mattered in that room.
Raymond stepped forward, voice breaking. Years of unspoken guilt finally surfacing. Raymond, quietly.
Sarah, I never should have left the way I did. I think about it. I think
Sarah,
about Daniel.
Calm, not cruel, but final.
Daniel is happy, Raymond. He's healthy. He has a mother who never stopped showing up.
That's the only ending I needed.
Hallway outside Claire's recovery room. Evelyn steps aside to speak with Sarah privately. But there was one thing Raymond did not know, something Evelyn had learned only recently, and chosen, until this moment, to keep buried. Evelyn, hesitant, careful.
Dr. Whitfield. Yeah, before I married Raymond, my family looked into him. Due diligence, my father called it.
We found out about the unpaid medical bills from years ago. The ones from when Daniel was small.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because my family paid them. Anonymously. Years ago. I told myself it was charity.
But really, I think some part of me always felt I owed the woman whose life became the foundation for mine.
Sarah said nothing for a long moment. The debt she once carried alone, quietly lifted by a stranger, who would one day need Sarah's hands to save her own daughter's life. Sarah, finally, gently.
Then we're even, Evelyn. More than even.
Parking lot at dusk. Sarah, walking to her car. Phone buzzing. Daniel's name on the screen. Daniel. Phone VO. Cheerful. 11 years old.
Mom! Coach says I made varsity next year. Are you almost home?
Almost, baby. Save me a plate. I had a long day.
She did not tell him about the hallway, about the man who once promised forever and gave up after 3 years, about the surgery, or the daughter, or the wife who confessed an old, quiet debt. Some chapters do not need to be reopened to be understood. They only need to be closed, gently, by the person strong enough to write the ending herself. Sarah Whitfield did not need revenge. She had already built something revenge could never give her, a life Raymond left behind, that grew, against every odd, into something whole.
There is a quiet tragedy that destroys more homes than hatred ever could. It is not always betrayal. It is not always abuse. Sometimes, it is simply a heart that grows tired before its promise is fulfilled.
Raymond believed he was escaping pain. He believed that leaving behind the hospital bills, the sleepless nights, and the endless uncertainty would finally give him peace.
But life has a way of teaching us that the burdens we abandon rarely disappear. They simply wait for us farther down the road, dressed in a different form. The greatest mistake we can make in marriage is believing that love exists only for the easy seasons. Anyone can stay when the skies are clear. Anyone can smile when the table is full and every prayer seems answered. But love reveals its true character when the storms arrive. That is where vows are tested. That is where commitment becomes more than beautiful words spoken on a wedding day.
Sarah understood something that many never do. Pain can either poison your heart or purify it. She had every reason to become bitter, every reason to seek revenge, every reason to let the man who shattered her world feel the weight of his own decisions. Yet, when an innocent child stood between life and death, she chose mercy over resentment. She chose compassion over revenge. She chose character over emotion.
That is real strength. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the wound never existed.
Yes. It means refusing to let the wound decide who you will become. Raymond discovered too late that wealth cannot silence
regret. A larger house cannot replace the laughter you abandoned. Money cannot erase the memory of a little boy waiting for a father who never came home. Some losses cannot be bought back, no matter how successful you become.
If you are married today, don't wait until silence fills your home before you start listening to each other. Don't wait until another person seems more attractive than the one who has been carrying life's burdens beside you. Don't mistake temporary exhaustion for the end of love.
Every marriage has seasons when hope feels thin. Those are the moments when commitment matters most.
And if you have been hurt like Sarah, remember this. Your greatest victory is not making those who hurt you suffer. Your greatest victory is becoming someone action hands can never destroy.
The world teaches us to get even. God teaches us to do what is right, even when no one expects it.
Because in the end, people may forget your words. They may even forget your success. But they will never forget the grace you showed when you had every reason not to.
So before you walk away from your marriage, before you give up on the person who once held your hand and promised forever, ask yourself one question.
Will I spend the rest of my life grateful that I stayed and fought, or haunted by the day I chose to walk away? Some storms are not sent to destroy a marriage. Sometimes they are sent to reveal whether the love inside that marriage is real enough to survive them.
Choose love.
Choose forgiveness. Choose to stay, fight, heal, and rebuild. Because the strongest marriages are not the ones that never face storms.
They are the ones that refuse to let the storm write the final chapter.